Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Now that my obligatory informative videos are done for the day, it's time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. My current event is I made a post the other day on my Facebook fan page. It got an enormous amount of likes and feedbacks. And that was me offering a challenge to Jerry Ward, aka Junkie Ward, aka Teddy 2 times. Because he popped both them Teddies trying to bench a modest weight. And I'm joined by Jerry's Cocoa Puff. And let's talk about why we're going to issue this challenge. Hey guys, Jerry Ward of Bio 3 Raw TV. And you know, when you get older and you get past 40, you just can't really lift heavy weights anymore. You know, there's guys who do it, but they know like more about training than me, and so that's why they're able to do it. And it's because of age. It's not because I don't know anything about training. It's because I'm old. The hell off me. Let me go ahead and put on my formerly +5 hat of weaponsmithing that I have transmogged into +5 hat of speechcraft, or some of you lovingly call it the +5 hat of autism. Let's talk about this challenge. Because I take offense when you have guys like Jerry who say silly stuff like you can't lift heavy past 40. It's like, really, didn't Louis Simmons was deadlifting over 600 pounds at 55 in competition? Come on. Come on. I'm standing over here at the young age of 42. What did I do to celebrate my 40th birthday? Do you guys remember? I threw 500 pounds on the barbell and did full reset reps with no belt to see how many reps I could get. I got to 7. I got 7 reps, no touch and go, 500 pounds to celebrate turning 40. And I'm over here at the age of 40 saying, you know what, I'm trying to get my squat back over 500, raw, no reps. Trying to get my deadlift back over 600 with no straps and no mixed grip. I want to do it with hook grip, right? Trying to get my bench up to, 350, maybe 365 with a pause. Respectable numbers. And I already hit one of my goals to get back to a 225 standing press again, which I already did. You know, these are good goals to have. These are the sort of goals that you have when you're a serious lifter with decades under your belt. You know, when you have a little bit of testicular fortitude. I'm over here doing this stuff not on TRT, not gear. I'm just doing it the hard way, and to me, that's what we should be striving to do. And I'm not even saying that would make me the greatest or anything else. Those are the goals that I have because those are lofty goals that we should reach for. And you have guys like Jerry literally saying, because he keeps getting beat up and banged up because he doesn't know how to train, saying that we can't lift heavy. So I want to issue a challenge to Jerry. Jerry, you need to pull yourself up by the bootstraps and man up for once. I want to see you, because we already saw you try to squat. You did 1 plate per side for like 8 reps, and you couldn't even hit depth. They were above parallel. They were half squats. Jokingly, people will call those quarter squats, but realistically, they were half squats. You know what? I'd like to see you deadlift 225. Deadlift 225 without tearing one of your ass cheeks and without straps, because didn't he make a video the other day talking about the importance of grip strength for your health? Okay, so no straps. Reach down, grab the bar, and pull it with no straps. We'll even let you wear a belt. That's fair. You can put a belt on if you're worried about hurting your back, right? I mean, if you train your abs, it should be fine. You should be able to pull that sort of weight without pulling your back if you have any sort of ab development at all, because your abs are protective of your spinal erectors on the deadlift in just good form. So, I want to challenge him to do that. Now, when I made that challenge, a lot of people joked and said, man, I mean, do you really think he'd tear an ass cheek, or do you think he would just rip a forearm? Well, I think he'd tear an ass cheek because, he popped both of his teddies, right? Popped both of his teddies trying to bench press 315. He didn't even get it to his chest. It wasn't even a full rep, and he tore both pecs. Tore a lat doing machine-assisted pull-ups. And I mean, I do weighted pull-ups every week. It's normal, guys. What do you mean? Everyone who's in shape, anyone who's been lifting weights for years should be able to do weighted pull-ups from a dead hang and weighted chin-ups. Okay, that's not that big of a deal unless you're really, really fat. And everyone calls me fat, and I still do them with up to 100 pounds, right? So pulls a lat, tears a lat. So yeah, he might tear an ass cheek. He might tear an ass cheek. Now, some people said maybe that's being harsh. Let him build up to 1 plate per side first. Is what they wanted. They wanted 135, right? But that's not good enough, because we know that he can squat that for 8 half reps, and most people can half squat what they can deadlift, so we know he could do reps with that's already provable just based on his squat. And if he has any grip at all, and he talked about the importance of grip strength, I mean, he can hold on to a pull-up bar with machine assist, obviously, so he should be good for, you know, one plate per side. And so it's a no, let him build up to, you know, 185. You don't want to cripple him for life, but it's like, you know, my aunt, who's 67 years old, has pulled 275 pounds in competition. 67-year-old lifetime drug-free woman has deadlifted 275 in meets. I mean, realistically, if she can do 275, Jerry should be able to do more than one plate per side, right? I mean, he's less than 67, and he's not a woman, and he's not drug-free. He should be able to do that, and I think that that's a good challenge. Jerry, you need to man up just for once, and actually try to lift something. I mean, 225? You can get 225, right? You can get 225, Jerry, and if you can't, then you just need to admit that you're a washed-up has-been, that you don't know anything about training, and that you have no business even coaching people at that point. Like, if you can't do that. I know you're part of the whole bodybuilding world and not the strength world, but all the research proves that size equals strength when people are drug-free. That's what all the current research shows, that you can barely separate size and strength. There's only about a 10% degree of separation in terms of size versus strength as far as training effect of like actual hypertrophy versus max strength. It's only about a 10% variation from person to person when they've never used anabolics in their life. So you need to have at least some sort of strength base, Jerry, or admit that you've built everything with drugs, that literally your training hasn't even contributed because you don't know how to train. And I think that's fair to say, unless he can deadlift the 225, right? Now, it's going to be the funny part is that he hears all of that and he maybe doesn't watch this full video. And then he goes and deadlifts 225 without straps and maybe only tearing one ass cheek instead of both of them. Because he might pop both. I mean, he tore both pecs on a bench press with a half rep, not even going all the way down. So he might tear both ass cheeks. But then he's going to get to the end and then jump up and say it. Then I'm going to be like, but Jerry, I didn't mean 225 pounds. I meant 225 kilos, which is just under 500 pounds. And that is my strength standard for healthy young men. What do I tell all you guys out there? That you should be able to deadlift 500 pounds if you're a healthy young man with any sort of training base. So Jerry, I meant 225 kilos. So he's probably going to see the title, go do the 225 and tear one of his ass cheeks, but then claim that he did it without the straps, and it's going to actually have been less than half of what I was telling him to do. Because again, he won't listen. And you know, conversions of kilos to pounds might be a bit much for him, right? That might be a bit much for Jerry to handle that sort of math, that 2.208 multiplier. Be a lot to handle. Jerry, that's 5 plates per side. 5 plates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on each side. That's roughly what it is. So that's easier for him to handle. He can handle that math. All right, guys, so that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.